Hello everyone, I'm Mark from supersimple365.com and I'm going to take you through what's new in Microsoft 365 and Teams for the period 26th of June to the 10th of July. So we've got our regular revised timelines. These are worth listening to because you get an update on when something's due, but it's also a really nice recap of what we've covered in the past and what's coming down the line. We then have our 4 main updates. We're going to have some bite-sized updates, and then I'll remind you how to keep up with 365. First of all, our revised timelines, Outlook on Mac. The new Outlook for Mac preview is going to become the default experience in the preview channel, and that's due July to late August. Now, if you're not using the preview channel, you may wonder why this matters to you. It matters to you because it means that it's coming down the line to all us regular users. Office app for desktop is going to get some general improvements. If you're interested in that, if you do use the Office app for desktop, hop over to the blog and you can have a read of what that's all about. Outlook on the web. So this new calendar board experience, look at this, look on the right folks, look at that what you're seeing there. You can see that so many things are getting pulled into that view. It looks really nice. It's due, or has been due, from late May to the middle of July, so you should be getting that anytime now, but I wouldn't be surprised if that just runs a little bit late as well. Microsoft Teams organisers have the ability to lock meetings. Now this is rolling out mid-July to the end of August, but I already see this in a tenant that I work in, even though it doesn't have any special setup where it gets things early. So look out for that. Quite a niche use. I asked a group of people when they would use this. The main one that came out was when they're running training that gets the user certified, or it's mandatory training. If they miss the first 5 minutes, then really they need to go on another session. This would be great for sessions like that. Okay, so the rich Yammer link previews and Teams chats rolling out in early August. Now there's a couple of conditions for this, so you can see that it's a nicer experience, but let's just hop over to the blog for a second. You can see that it depends on the Communities app being a certain version, so at 2.2.5. But if you're interested in that, hop over to the blog and you'll see a bit more information. Microsoft Lists, sharing links. So the ability to share down to the item level. Now some people already have this, the rest of us should have it by the end of July. Teams on Mac, those native notifications that you guys have been teased with for just about ever, those are due early to late July as well. Now, sticking with Mac, feature updates, so modern comments in Word, those are due out in August for you Mac users. And Teams, the ability to transfer calls between devices and even stay on both devices at once. And this is now including more types of devices. That's due early to late July, so that will be sometime this month. Okay, now we've got our first main update. So this is the ability to create custom list templates. So organizations have the ability to create their own custom list templates now. And it includes custom formatting and your own schema. Now, this new tab here, so let me just highlight this for you. So this new tab from your organization, when you're creating a new list, you will see that, but it will be blank unless your organization has put some items in there and created them. That's due mid-August to early September. If that's of interest to you, hop over to the blog and there's some more information there for you and some supporting links. This has created quite a reaction in the communities that I'm in. SharePoint collapsible sections. Now, in the past, we've used a code, accordion type codes for things to drop open and close. And now you're going to get the built-in ability to do that. So you can configure sections within SharePoint to expand and collapse. You can even, if you look over on the right side, you can decide section by section whether they're going to load or open up closed or open. So what state they're going to be when someone goes to the page. Now, interestingly, how will this affect screen readers? Now, I know in the past those accordions haven't played nicely with usability and accessibility software, so it's going to be interesting to see how this works. I'm hoping that Microsoft have got this covered off. And it might be that to help screen readers, maybe we just set it to be in the open state when people first go to the page. But we'll see, folks. Really excited about this. And it's due later this month for most of us. Really looking forward to that. Music mode for Teams. So Teams can now be used to transmit high fidelity music. They recommend that you have professional level microphones to make the best of it, and headphones or good quality speakers. The notes say that don't use Bluetooth. I guess that the bandwidth on the Bluetooth makes it not worthwhile. Although I know there's really good high quality Bluetooth headphones, obviously, but they don't recommend that you use Bluetooth when using this mode. You can turn the echo cancellation on and off, and you can see here, folks, once you've got this set up before your meeting, once you go into your meeting, you see that this button here will let you turn it on and off. Now, it needs to be set up in advance, like I said. Microsoft say that you should turn it off when you've finished transmitting the music. Now, I guess this is for just to save on your bandwidth, but also on their processing. Now, I personally quite like the look of this. During lockdown, my family used Zoom, and it has a mode, and I can't remember what it's called in Zoom, but it just means it doesn't process the sound, and it just sends it through. So it's nice to see Microsoft catching up on that, and especially with schools teaching music remotely. Okay, so folks, late July to late September for most of us. The other thing that I'm interested to see whether we'd use this for is if we're recording a training session for your organisation to then have access to and be using for quite a while. Will that just mean that you got better quality sound on your recording? So it'd be interesting to see if it has that use as well, whether it can record at that higher fidelity level. Real-time telemetry for Teams end users. You're going to get this new panel. And you may already see this, folks. I see this in 2 tenants that I'm in. This new Call Health panel. It provides end user functionality that hopefully will help you identify issues if you have quality problems within Teams meetings or calls. And it includes audio, video, content sharing, stats, and insights into your network connectivity as well. Already rolled out for many, but if you haven't got it, you should have that by the end of August. Okay, folks, so even though we're covering 2 weeks in this session rather than the usual 1 week, we've got through that pretty quickly, so it's been a little bit quieter recently. Maybe Microsoft are busy with the announcements for Windows 11, but yeah, nice quick session this week. Let's get on to these bite-sized updates. Teams on mobile devices, speed dial coming late July. Skype for Business, just a reminder that it gets retired at the end of this month. This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If your organization is struggling with the adoption of Microsoft Teams, and I'm just talking about your colleagues embracing it, wholeheartedly recommend the Inform team to help you with that. So I can help you keep up to date with Microsoft Teams and with 365. But really, you need a team to help you work with your colleagues if you've got adoption issues or they're just not getting on with it. So if you check out the blog, folks, I'll put a link there to the Inform team. SharePoint, modernized SharePoint store in SharePoint Online. So you're just getting this nicer experience for the store. Makes no difference to the usability for most end users, but just look out for that update to the store. Teams getting support for PSTN, so regular people who are connecting by phone to raise their hand during the meeting. So there's just been a little bit of a difference between the functionality depending on how people are connecting to meetings, but they're just leveling up those two experiences now. Teams that simplified class team navigation. There's quite a bit in this. If I just pull over for you the blog entry, you can see here, even though it's a bite size, it's got quite a bit of information on there. Just that simplified navigation for Teams for Education, and it's worth you finding out what that change is if you do use Teams for Education, because that is just going to become the default experience. So you're getting that whether you want it or not. So it's worth you looking it up if you use Teams for Education. Okay, folks. So how nice and quick was that this week? Now, if you want to keep up with Microsoft 365 and Teams, you can hook up with me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. I have a podcast. There's a blog that you've just seen, and you can sign up for the newsletter. Interested in any of that? Look at the notes for however you're consuming this, whether it's a podcast or YouTube. Go to the notes, and you'll see some links in there. Wherever you are, whether it's YouTube or your podcast player, make sure you subscribe, give it a thumbs up, because it makes a big difference to how, say, YouTube shared out with other people. So, folks, until next week, we're done. Thank you for watching and listening.